So I started off with 20 seeds, and from what I had researched for the past 2 weeks, that was like a super low dose and that it wasn't going to do anything. And I even waited a few hours before taking any more. But just off of the 20 seeds, I felt like extremely happy and just like I felt amazing, okay? And then like I felt like it was slowly dying out after a couple hours, so I had taken more and then more and more and more, and like, don't do this. Like, if you guys are gonna do this, only take like 10 seeds to start off, like max. People will tell you to take 800 your first time or 1,000 because that's just how the internet is. Please, dear God, do not do that. So in total, I only took 80 seeds, which is just way too many for your first time. So I don't recommend that. Basically, after my first 5 hours of feeling great, I'd taken a bunch more, and then I got super nauseous, and I just started feeling really awful, and like depersonalization, and like out of body, and dizzy and confused, and just a really awful feeling. Like, it was not pleasant. For me, it was very unpleasant. Just not being alive, or like I was like a zombie. So I was like, I gotta get out of this because this is like bugging with my mental health. Also, if you guys have anxiety, depression, or anything like that, don't take this. But that's also probably why you do want to take this. I don't blame you guys, but I don't recommend it at all. So I just ended up like forcing myself to vomit it up the seeds. I was like, oh, if I puke them up, then like this is gonna stop probably. No, it already absorbed all of it. So even though eventually I puked up like my half digested seeds, it didn't stop it at all. In fact, I feel like it got worse after I puked them up. So then like I just got into like the worst headspace ever at this point, and I'm like literally having a panic attack. Which it was weird because I went from like, this is amazing, like, you know, for the past like 5 hours before that, to having a panic attack and like dying, feeling like I'm dying and I'm out of body, and I'm so dizzy and I'm so confused, and I'm turning red, I'm overheating. Like, I literally at this point, like, I'm like, I might have to go to the hospital because like I'm having worse side effects. I'm like running a fever now. Nobody tells you like about that happening. Like, just, I mean, it's also different per person. So it was just super unpleasant, you know. And then I like barfed on myself. I barfed on myself like 3 different times. Again, just added to the displeasure of doing this and the experience. I think if I would have just took 10, it wouldn't have been as bad. But then I also come to find out that taking a ton of these can cause heart problems, liver problems, kidney problems. It can literally just shut your organs down. And it can really, really, really mess with your heart. And ever since I've taken them, I've been having intense chest pains. So I just don't recommend it. I've been talking to a doctor, and they're just saying basically my symptoms now, they've calmed down. If they get worse at any point, then I have to go to the doctor. But right now I'm okay. Just also the after effects of taking LSA, which not a single person has talked about. I found a Reddit thread from years ago that got deleted, so I couldn't even read the whole thing, about somebody also experiencing this. But like severe dizziness still, and confusion, out of body, even though the LSA has been out of my, like, well, I took it 6 days ago now, and I'm still having side effects from it, and just causing so like extreme anxiety, to the point where I was having like 5 panic attacks a day. And like that, I don't have panic attacks. Like, I have anxiety, but I don't have panic attacks. It's just like makes you paranoid and on edge, and it just puts you in the worst mental health space ever. So I just don't recommend it to anybody, really, especially for those who already struggle with mental health. And any kids like listening to this, like, just don't. Like, you're gonna regret it. Like, it's not worth the 5 hours or whatever of like feeling good. and the heart damage and the liver and the kidney damage, like, no. So they do say, I might recommend this, but I haven't done this. I don't know if I'm ever going to touch those seeds again. They do say in very, very small quantities, like 1 or 2 a day, it's supposed to help your heart, which is also weird because it can also literally hurt your heart and give you some sort of what is it, arithmetic? Something like that with your heart, like it fucks with your heart real bad. So I don't recommend it. Also, guys, if you guys are getting seeds at the store, sometimes they spray chemicals on them. If they have like a red tint to them, then try to like get the chemicals off of them, because you don't know what kind of chemicals they're spraying on them. So I guess this is my trip report. Yeah, don't do it. Pick another drug, please.